This is breaking news from ThailandTV.news. Now all the Thailand news is in one place. The latest reports from around the clock and around the world. Breaking Thailand news from all the world's top news sources, translated into 11 languages and updated 24 hours a day. Here's Ali with more.
ThailandTV.news has it all. The latest news, weather and sports updates, plus up-to-the-minute events listings and fun things to do in Thailand. And that's not all. There's also entertainment, lifestyle, and travel news, including the latest visa information. If it's happening in Thailand, you'll find it here at ThailandTV.news.
It's all here at ThailandTV.news. All the latest news, weather, sports, they even cover ice hockey. It's all done at ThailandTV.news. Yes, it's all the Thailand news, all in one place.
This is Thailand's biggest night for hockey. This is Hockey Night in Thailand.
From Bangkok, Thailand, we welcome you into Thailand's biggest night for hockey. It's Hockey Night in Thailand. My name is Adam Gottschalk. Jesse Starasta here with me. We have a double-header this evening, and there's a game that we're really looking forward to that you know something about, which we'll talk about shortly.
Sure.
But, Aware versus SIAM Mandalay, the second game today, Lexicon Lumberjacks and KCG. It's been a long 7 days. I am exhausted. That's another topic for maybe if we have some time during the game. But man, I'm looking forward to these tonight.
These should be good games.
The first game, Aware and SIAM Mandalay, this is one that both of these teams really need.
This is a big one for both teams.
They both come in with identical records of 2-5-0. They're underwater in goal differential, and both of them still think, with this much time left in the season, that they're capable of making a run. In terms of these two squads, I mean, obviously, neither of them where they want to be right now. Both of them capable of putting some wins together. Tell me about this first matchup.
Yeah, I think, SIAM Mandalay is going to look to build off their big win last week, keep it going, show that this is a new year, new team, and they're ready to play. And Aware needs to bounce back from the game last week. They were missing half their team. I think they got much more guys here, and they're going to try and integrate the Sherman brothers, I think, better onto the team as well as their subs. And SIAM Mandalay, let's see what they do with Friesen and Statsny still likely paired up on the top line together. Let's see if that keeps rolling.
That was one of the real interesting subplots of last week. Yeah, actually, you just touched on two of them. The fact that Aware was, I mean, all four teams in the league dealt with guys being gone for holiday breaks.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
We do have what looks pretty close to a full league roster tonight. Not completely back to 100%, but I mean, this is you almost never are.
Yeah, you're always going to miss a guy or two, pick up a sub here and there. It's part of the game, but you want your key guys to be here, which I think is the case tonight.
For Aware, the issue has been goal differential. They're giving up the most goals in the league. They've allowed 43 in. James Speck gets the start in net, but the issue hasn't necessarily been exclusively the goalkeeping. It's the defense in front of the net. Tell me about Aware and how they can. 43 goals allowed in 7 games this year is just too much.
I think the big thing for them is the loss of Oleg, because they constructed this team to be a goal-scoring team and maybe have a bit of a deficit on the back end. When you lose that firepower up front, and then you still don't have the defense, that's kind of what's going on with their team, I think, to a large degree. But they're integrating new guys. They need some of their other guys to step up. We'll see what they run on defense. I'm just looking at the team. But they have top guys, and James is a great goalie. So he took some time off playing nets, so he's still getting back into the groove of playing nets. He's been coaching a lot. But I think each week he'll continue to get stronger and play well.
The other subplot, we talked about Aware missing, as you said, like 8 or 9 guys last week.
Yeah.
But SIAM Mandalay, the subplot, as far as that team is concerned, really worked out in their favor, which was, as we talked about so often last Sunday, stacking the top line, taking all of their top scorers, putting them together, and what happens? They get their biggest win of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw it. Friesen and Stastny played a great game, played together. Stastny with the game winner in overtime in one of the most exciting games I've seen this year.
Jeff Bonazzo had his first goal of the season.
Yeah, he's known for his assists, but he put it in last week as well, and they're going to look to keep it running. You look for Dan to step up on the second line, along with CJ as well. If those guys can chip in a goal or two on the second line, and that first line keeps dominating, I think they'll have a big game.
And also, we have the SIAM Mandalay this week has the advantage of having a fresh Tom Stastny, who didn't just get off the plane, race from the airport straight to the arena.
Although he scored the game winner last night. I don't know if that's an advantage or disadvantage.
The goalkeeper matchup, we did mention James Speck on the season. This will be his 6th game. 5.2 goals against, and on 139 shots faced, 26 goals. It's 81% in net for SIAM Mandalay's Dream, and I'm going to give this an effort. Unkul Patanasuk. Just tell me I'm right.
It sounds right to me.
Also, his 6th game, 5 so far registered. His goals against average is 6 per game. He's faced a lot of shots, 141. His save percentage also hovering right around that 80 mark, 79% on the year for Dream. Tell me what you expect in the 2 goalkeepers we see in this one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Dream's a great goalie. He's had a bit of a rough start to the year, and Igor came in and played well in the games that he was in. But look for Dream to get back at it, get back to his winning ways. When he's on, he's on. He's one of the best goalies in Thailand, so he should be good.
Now, obviously, our attention is on the first game. We're just a couple minutes away from this one starting. I have a feeling that when there's just a couple of minutes left in this game, we may lose you.
Yeah, I'm going to have to run off a little early to get changed.
While we have the chance to talk about it, KCG Lexicon Lumberjacks, this is the game that obviously so far this season is the class of the league. I'm not going to make you go too deep into analyzing this one, as you're going to have to play in it later. But from the perspective of your team, which you're the captain of, KCG, obviously the guys are really up for this one, I'm sure, on both sides.
Yeah.
You look forward to games like this when the 2 best teams in the league, at least in terms of record and statistics. KCG number 1 in goals scored, number 1 in defense goals allowed. Lexicon Lumberjacks number 2 in both categories, and coming on a 3-game losing streak. Obviously, they're going to be guns blazing today, trying to make this.
They're much better than a 3-game losing streak, and we're 1-1 against them. So it's going to be a tough contest for sure. This is a preview of the playoffs, I think, or potentially the championship. We're not there yet, but they got a strong team. They've got Ken. We got to shut him down. They're missing Kimmy tonight. They'll have Robin subbing in, who played for us last week. He's really good, fast guy as well. And then Dennis is one of their top players also. We've got to keep an eye out.
And he was also a guy who did not play last week in their overtime loss.
That's right.
He is back in the lineup today.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, as we get ready for the first game, Aware SIAM Mandalay in the second game, obviously KCG Lexicon Lumberjacks, as we are discussing. The only thing we know, doesn't matter the sport, doesn't matter the time of year, what are we, 7 games in? The standings today most likely don't look like what the standings are going to look like at the end of the season, and the question just becomes, who is that team that's going to make that move?
It changes on a these games come in threes, and every kind of cycle there's a new dog at the head of the race. So we'll see. Like I said, Aware was kind of top dog at the start of the year, then it became Lexicon, and then KCG. We'll see at the end of the next cycle who's kind of vying for first.
Don't you like that when we think game's going to start at 8:30. We're a little bit delayed, and so I'm just digging for cliches. How many cliches? One game at a time. It's a long season.
Sorry about the delay, by the way.
Okay, so back to the first game. Aware SIAM Mandalay as we get ready to get this going. I have a question for you because for me, being new to the league from the perspective of calling the games, the Sherman brothers, Josh and Jack, both in the lineup together for Aware. You mentioned maybe that's something that we're going to start to see them playing together more this season. I don't know. But tell me, first of all, scouting report on them as players. Who are they? Are they going to be playing with Aware or just as substitutions as needed throughout the season? Who are the Sherman brothers?
They're really good. They come down from Chiang Mai to play. It seems like they're going to be in town a fair amount, so I think they're able to sub, and hopefully they can be full-time on Aware and give them kind of a replacement for Oleg and Corey. That would be great. In terms of the two of them subbing, it's actually really good for Aware that they're subbing together because they already have great chemistry. So you don't have to kind of integrate one or the other into the team. Put them on the same line, and those two know where to be and where to play with each other. So yeah, that'll be good. I think one of them plays forward, one of them plays D, which actually will help them a lot on the defensive end as well. And the other thing I noticed is Gabe Roscoe is playing today. He's missed a few games for them. He's one of their top defensemen. So they have a full team here. They should be this should be a good glimpse of what Aware is capable of for the rest of the season.
When we get our preparation for each game, the league, obviously, now that the guys have the full-time jerseys, I can sit down and I can do my preparation. I can get what we call boards together where we write our lineups out and make it easy to sound like we know what we're talking about when we're on the air. The nice thing about having the two brothers paired together for Aware as substitutions is that if I look on the ice and there's somebody whose number I don't recognize, I'll just say Sherman because
you say Sherman. You got
a couple of guys with the same name.
2 out of 3 chance, I think, right?
It could be exactly.
I think Tor is subbing as well, so maybe you hit him by mistake, but otherwise, just go with Sherman.
So SIAM Mandalay comes in 2-5-0. I believe they are the home team on the scoreboard, and Aware also 2-5-0. They're the road team. We've got a 45-second countdown before this one starts, and I really appreciate all of you being along with us here for Thailand's biggest night for hockey, Hockey Night in Thailand. I'm Adam Gottschalk, Jesse Starasta with me. We'll have Lance Parker along for game number 2, and of course, as always, Keith Mueller is sitting next to me, our legendary producer, engineer, and whatever other nouns or adjectives or
bottle washer,
something like that. All right, so as we get ready to get this one underway, one key for each team. Jesse, most important thing for Aware and SIAM Mandalay.
I think getting off to an early start is going to be really key, and just getting the goalies kind of warmed up. I'm worried like an early goal goes in and it kind of derails from there. Both these goalies need to kind of get into their groove early and keep their teams in it so that they can figure it out as the game goes on.
Man, we saw that last week in that first game, which I think ended up 8-2 as the final. Let me quickly look up the score.
8-2 for KCG over Aware.
Right, and that one started with I think 5-0 opening period.
5-0 after the first.
So as you said, I mean, sometimes when things start snowballing, they really start snowballing.
They can go. Yeah.
And these two teams, obviously, do you think with obviously all we can do is look at the numbers, but for you having played against both of these teams, do they want this to be a low-scoring, grinded-out affair, or one of these teams, I guess SIAM Mandalay now with their scoring line, it's in their favor if this turns into a track meet?
I think this is probably looking at like a 5-4 game, 4-3, something in that range in terms of scoring. If it's any higher than that, I see one team just carrying away with it, 8-2, 7-1, something like that. But I think this should be close. These two teams are pretty evenly matched, and yeah, it should be a goaltending battle to a degree as well.
So Aware, as always, is in the red jerseys. Now that we have the full-time uniforms that look so clean and professional, that was a nice thing to see when It took a few weeks this season, but
Took a couple weeks, but these jerseys look great. It really adds to the league, and you start putting these pictures on Instagram, they really pop.
So Aware's in the red, trimmed in white, and for SIAM Mandalay, white jerseys, black letters and numbers, black hockey pants, and with that, I'm just about out of things to say in the run-up to this one.
Let's see what the starting lineups are going to be like here. The other big thing for Aware is they got the captain back, Harrison. Looks like, who are they starting here? Yeah. Looks like they're starting the Sherman brothers, Harrison and Ernesto.
So Ernesto Bauer looks to be lined up as the right wing with Harrison Ostemel, the captain, on the left wing, and both of them flanking 17, which is one of those Sherman brothers.
One of the Sherman. The other Sherman must be number 10, and Eric Fowley on defense as well. And then Friesen Stasny, along with Jeff Benazzo, Adam Simpson, and Andrew Ross on D.
And thank goodness, just as I was about to start singing, we are underway. It is SIAM Mandalay moving from right to left and looking for an early breakout, with Friesen leading the charge and actually digging it out, the loose puck behind the net. He fought for that and came down with it. And so
one of the things we're noticing early is the ice is a little wet. We're seeing the puck kind of stop on a dime here a couple times.
It was a really quick
there's
turnaround.
One example. He thought the puck was going and just stopped on him.
It was a really quick turnaround between whatever was happening to practices before this and the actual game. So the ice was refinished, but it does look like it might be choppy. And actually for you in Game 2 tonight, let's hope that it gets a chance to maybe get a couple of runs of the Zamboni between games here.
Yeah, the big thing is after the Zamboni goes, it stays a little wet. So it's just giving it time to dry, but we're already delayed. You can't wait too long to drop that puck.
Stasny trying to stick handle past Forstner, but it is Forstner for Aware, who comes away with the puck, and it's in the hands of Patrick Forstner once again. Sorry, I was stepping over a microphone cable. Forstner gets the first shot on net for Aware, and it's in the breadbasket of Dream, who gets a whistle.
And that's exactly what Dream needs. Is just give him a couple easy ones to save, get him into a groove, let him find his rhythm early.
We'll have an offensive zone draw for Aware, and with that, quickly a chance to take a look at the lineup for tonight's away team, Aware in the red jerseys. They win the face-off, but it is back to neutral ice as trickles between the two defensemen standing behind the draw. And that is where it's played at the moment. We're 2 minutes in. If this is the first time that you've watched a SIAM Hockey League game, it's a running clock, 17-minute periods, and that's a white. There's that ice. You were just talking about the wet ice, and Ed McConnell just goes down trying to get his footing, and thankfully everybody looks to be okay. Quickly with the whistle, here's tonight's home team, SIAM Mandalay. It's going to be another offensive zone draw for Aware, and that top line back out on the ice with Sherman in the center spot against Friesen, and Sherman wins the draw. It comes back to the other Sherman, who flings one towards the net. Goes wide. Man,
another dive.
This is going to be an issue today. I'm telling you, looking at the ice, right?
Yeah.
And yes, it is a hot and humid day. It does feel, I'm wearing my jacket, but I was thinking before the game that this is not as chilly as it normally is in here. The ice is going to be a factor. And
we'll see if this continues into the second period, or if this is just let it dry, let it set, and then it'll be all right. But definitely early, the ice looks a little worrisome.
There's a lot of grooves in there, too. It really didn't get a chance to get refinished after the practices. It looks like ice that's been skated on all day. And
You're right. When I walked in, it looked really bad condition. Now it looks all right, but you can see a lot of the grooves already in there.
Well, again, we're only 3.5 minutes into the game, and it's not like there were warm-ups beforehand. The Zamboni went over it, but that was pretty superficial. I'm all we can hope, because there's nothing we can do about it from up here, and there's nothing anybody can do about it at this point other than maybe, I don't know what you do. You pause the game between periods to let the Zamboni go over it again, if that helps. Anyway, all we hope is that nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
From a hockey perspective, that also, I guess you could say that's a great equalizer. That takes away a lot of
That's true. That was not the ice. That was a penalty. They called that.
That's going to be a trip, and I believe going off.
That's Gabe
for
Roscoe.
Aware. That's
Gabriel.
Is that Roscoe?
Yeah.
All right, so Gabe Roscoe is now in 55 today, I suppose. I've got him at 96 on my roster card, so thank you for...
Some of those new jerseys came in a little smaller than anticipated, so some of the jerseys might have changed. For example, Roman in our team will be wearing number 20. I don't know what's written.
I think that I've got that, but I'll double check. I either have 20 or 22, but...
I think it went from 22 to 20.
All right. Anyway, there's a power play, the first one of the game. It's for SIAM Mandalay, who did win the draw and controls. There's a shot on net. The rebound was sitting there juicy for Stasny for a moment, but it kicks just past him. So, again, we were telling you about the 17-minute running clock periods. Power plays are the same. It's 2.5 minutes, and that is, unless there's something catastrophic that happens, the clock doesn't stop. So right now, 1:50 remaining, and Friesen will carry it back in and try to reload with Stasny as SIAM Mandalay, the game's first power play. Rantanen didn't quite get everything on that shot, kind of jammed it into the ice, and it's going to be a clear opportunity for Aware as Patrick Forstner just skates around, chewing up a little bit of clock before flinging it down the ice. And actually, that will be a chance for a moment for Thor to get down there with Sherman. Two of these replacements tonight for Aware. It's Sherman in 17.
Trying to get a little fancy there, but Friesen wasn't going to have any of that.
Half of the time elapsed in the power play, and so far, from my unofficial count, 1 shot registered on net for SIAM Mandalay. They've got 3 total in the game, 2 for Aware. No score on the scoreboard, as you see in the top right-hand corner. So this will be Sherman in the face-off center for Aware. He does not win the draw, and it's going to be another opportunity offensively for SIAM Mandalay. They were looking for a little tip-in from Stasny as he was charging towards the net, and he did have a step, but the puck over his stick. No shot registered. That's a great shot looking for a screen for Friesen. It's still loose in front. Friesen gets it back, fires a one-timer. That one was off the mark, but it's still held in at the line. Friesen looking for a deflection. Stasny did get a stick on it, but it stays out. Pretty nice job from Speck, keeping his body in front of that one on that deflection. But Notso was lurking next to the net, but weren't able to get the puck to him. Now comes back out for the shot on net from
power play right now.
Ross.
They're getting a lot of chances.
Friesen deflection from Stasny. That one trickles wide. Still held in, power play over, back to 5 aside, but still in the offensive end, and finally back out to neutral. That was a pretty effective power play.
That was a good power play. They didn't get anything, but they definitely were pressing. Although from James is looking good. That's what we're talking. Get some early shots, get your confidence early. This might be a defensive battle here.
Every single one of the saves that he made on that power play as he gets the cover and the whistle were what we would call positioning saves. I mean,
so.
SIAM Mandalay did a really nice job of getting bodies in front of the net, causing some traffic, but he was in the right place.
Loose pucks right in front, but he was there, and he's a big body in the net too.
So the face-off back in the offensive end for SIAM Mandalay. We see the second line out there. Poirier was chasing after it off the face-off, but it ends up in possession for Patrick Forstner, who's got 3-on-4 coming back and just quickly fires.
Ralph took that right in the foot. He went down, but
I think that was called offsides before that happened. There was a whistle before that ended up in the glove of the goalkeeper.
That's the worst thing as a player. If it's going to be offside, you don't want to be blocking that shot. That was for nothing.
Ralph Dittmer, the German-born defenseman for SIAM Mandalay, wearing 44s. You can see him grimacing a bit. Puck back on the stick of Forstner.
Right in the mask.
Snapshot. Man, he got a lot on that one, but as you said, hit the mask of Dream, and that's only the 3rd shot registered for Aware. 6 for SIAM Mandalay so far. McConnell will bring it back in. Poirier flings it around the end boards back to the point behind the net where it was almost looking for another penalty on the trip, but I think that might have been incidental contact. No harm, no foul. We play on. Andrew Sia fires one that's knocked down but not gloved by Speck, and away we go the other way. Man, McConnell fights.
Yeah, McConnell's battling here.
He really did, I think, surprise Aware's 16 Thor, the substitution. Thought he had more time to get that one clear.
Yeah,
there came Ed McConnell.
Quick.
Poirier
Nice
has
pass
it,
by him as
looking
well.
to go 5.
James is looking good.
He
Couple
closed
big saves
the
early.
pads on a 5-hole shot there that I thought was destined to hit the back of the net, but back we come with the wear. No numbers, little wrist shot flicked to the right side of the goalie pads off the stick of Thor. Still, Thor has it, ends up back behind the cage where Devin Michael, first time we've called his name. Forwards out there, Thor, Michael, and
Sherman.
And Sherman, that's correct.
Oh, no, Patrick as well.
It's always going to be a Sherman, right?
Always a Sherman.
There
I
is
think
a Sherman on the ice,
are
but
on.
it's
Both of them are on, along with Patrick, Devin, and Eric on D.
So you were saying one of the Shermans is playing D.
Yeah,
the other
number
one's
10
on
here is one
offense.
of the Shermans.
That
I think
is-
Jack. Or Ben Sherman. Jack's the forward.
Jack Sherman is number 10. Josh Sherman
Oh,
is number
Josh Sherman's the
17. Ben Sherman must exist. If he does, he'll probably be playing before the game's over. Ernesto Bauer got a stick on to keep it in for a wear, but only for a moment. And SIAM Mandalay trying to come back out. Man, they had Friesen actually. That puck was a pretty nifty pass that managed to elude the stick of a defensive player, but back comes Aware. They've got a 2-on-1 developing. Here's Sherman.
that's Sherman to
Sherman. And it is just flicked wide. Wow, what a deflection. That was an unintentional deflection from Sherman
off the
10.
post now.
And that one from Sherman 17 is off the post.
Well,
Man,
SIAM Mandalay was pressing early. Where's turning it on now?
you see, well, specifically the Sherman brothers are turning it on. That was a
Absolutely.
two-man show on that possession. Now Stasny back the other way. Stasny to Bonazzo, who gets one on net, but a nice save from Speck, just getting a piece of it to knock it wide. No score 11 minutes in. And another shot from SIAM Mandalay. That was Andrew Ross, but he wanted a deflection. There was none coming, and easy pickings for the goalkeeper Speck. So far, shots 10-4 favoring SIAM Mandalay, but zeros on the scoreboard. If you're aware, in terms of time of possession, and scoring opportunities, you've been dominated this period. I don't think that necessarily favors SIAM Mandalay, because if Aware is able to score first, how deflating would that be?
It's gonna hurt SIAM Mandalay, but here it
Friesen
is.
puts
Wow.
one on net, saved, and
think
then
that's
right
Jeff.
onto the stick of Bonazzo, who had an empty net, and he puts it home. So what was I just saying
Yeah,
about the
no
possibility?
deflation.
No deflating goal there. SIAM Mandalay certainly earned the early lead in this one.
They've been pressing.
Jeff Bonazzo, the first 5-6 games of the season, he did not score. He's now got 2 goals in 2 games.
Yeah, he can put him in the net. He's a great passer, but he can finish as well.
Second goal of the season for Bonazzo, along with 7 assists. It's a 1-0 lead for SIAM Mandalay on the 12th shot of the opening period. Man, James Speck, he's done everything he possibly could to keep this a game, but that was just one of those things where that deflection was in the perfect place to the perfect guy. Now back the other way.
Yeah,
Forstner looking for a call. He thought he got his arm held, ends up not getting the shot away, but it stays in possession for Aware. That's 55, who's Roscoe. Roscoe, who again is wearing 55, not 96 as the jersey number indicated. He ends up on Forstner's stick, but his shot trickles a little wide too. Now a momentary opportunity from Thor, who tried to shove one in just inside the corner of the goalpost, but didn't get in. There were 3 or 4 shots on that possession for Aware, but none of them are going to register as an official shot on goal.
Couple posts or block shots as well.
Now coming back for Aware, trying to equalize
Sherman.
this one before the end of the period. Here's Sherman, 17. Sherman taking it by himself. Nice play. Ends up saved, and Bauer was digging for it, but covered by Dream. We get the whistle with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in what has been a really entertaining
This
first
is
period.
a great first period. The goalies have been playing great. James let one in, but he's got 13 shots against, and that one wasn't really his fault. He made the first save there.
So Josh Sherman takes and wins the face-off, but it is back out to neutral where his brother will collect.
Oh, wow. Josh just let that through his legs right to Harrison. Knew where he was.
Ostemel now by himself behind the net, tried to center it, but there was nobody there. And it's Stasny who has it for SIAM Mandalay. No numbers back the other way, but Friesen still leading the rush. Friesen drops it back to Bonazzo, who was looking to return it to Friesen, but Friesen by that point was a little bit behind the cage and not able to get a stick on for the deflection. Now Stasny fighting for it, and it's held in by Saku Rantanen. Stasny was looking to one-time that loose puck, but not so has it, but that shot doesn't get through. It's still going to be in the offensive zone, though. These are long possessions for SIAM Mandalay here in the first period.
Yeah, where's struggling to get it out here again? Intercepted. Adam Simpson with the interception there.
That shot was blocked, and it's back out. Not going to quite make it for an icing call.
They do
it
call
will. I mean, I guess just...
I think that was an icing.
Renton had said, oh, no, I can't skate any faster than this.
He might have taken a little off the gas.
With the running clock, with 2 minutes left, we're going to remind our stations that in 2 minutes, as we haven't had a ton of whistles, just be prepared. It's going to be a local commercial break coming up.
Oh,
and what a play.
pass.
Stasny had it on his stick at point-blank range, but a beautiful save from Speck as he got a body on that one, kept it out somehow. Stasny back at the elbow left side, looking for someone to pass it to, tries to thread the needle, didn't get through. Ross holds it in, but now back for a wear is Sherman. It was taken away. It almost ended up off the ice.
That could have been a too many men call there. He played the puck right as he was going off the bench.
Another wipeout.
Oh, this
and
time I
hitting
think it's
the wall
Ernesto
awkwardly
down.
was Bauer. I think he might have hit his head right into the stanchion. We'll keep an eye on that and make sure he's okay as he skates off under his own power. The minute and 20 seconds left. That's the third time we've seen a player wipe out on this ice in the opening period. But the game continues, and here's Sherman coming in. Sherman gives it to Michael, back to Sherman, but nothing doing. Blocked out front. Getting a body in front of that was Andrew Ross. And Stasny will lead one last break with a minute left here in the first period. Thomas Stasny's done everything but score here in the first. Finds McConnell, and a turnaround shot there from C.J. Gamble trickles through the crease. It remains a possession for SIAM Mandalay.
SIAM Mandalay is doing a really good job of keeping it in the zone. Every time Aware tries to get it out, they're hitting it off of a SIAM body and staying in.
Here's Patrick Forstner, who came in by himself and tried to tuck that one in. Forstner's he's played a dynamic first period.
Oh, Forstner's great.
But unfortunately for him, he has not yet been able to solve the goalkeeper dream or the SIAM Mandalay defense, and with 20 seconds left in the opening period, it's still SIAM Mandalay possession. Ed McConnell to Poirier, who will just chase after it and try and run these last seconds off. C.J. Gamble was lining up for a potential one-timer. Aware saying, wait a minute, we still have one more chance here. There's a wrist shot that was deflected over the net, and that will run out the clock on the opening period. 1-0 our score. SIAM Mandalay leading Aware. Back after this, it's Hockey Night in Thailand.
This is breaking news from ThailandTV.news. Now all the Thailand news is in one place. The latest reports from around the clock and around the world. Breaking Thailand news from all the world's top news sources, translated into 11 languages and updated 24 hours a day. Here's Ali with more.
ThailandTV.news has it all. The latest news, weather, and sports updates, plus up-to-the-minute events listings and fun things to do in Thailand. And that's not all. There's also entertainment, lifestyle, and travel news, including the latest visa information. If it's happening in Thailand, you'll find it here at ThailandTV.news.
It's all here at ThailandTV.news. All the latest news, weather, sports, they even cover ice hockey. It's all done at ThailandTV.news. Yes, it's all the Thailand news, all in one place.
17 minutes on the clock. 17 minutes on the clock as we welcome you back for the second period. SIAM Mandalay a 1-0 lead on Aware after one period of play. And Jesse Starosta, that was a pretty entertaining first period.
Very close, back and forth. This reminds me of the game last week. SIAM Mandalay is in a lot of exciting games.
How's the ice looking to you? It's dried out a bit.
It's dried out a bit, but we still saw Ernesto go into the boards pretty rough at the end there, so we'll keep an eye on that. I'm not sure yet.
I mean, it looks like, just from the grooves on the ice, that we've had, a full day of Olympic figure skating before the game started.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Taking notes for our game.
teams switch sides as we begin the second period. Adam Gottschalk, Jesse Starostik, Keith Mueller, and the crew. It is 1-0, as I mentioned, SIAM Mandalay to lead on the scoreboard, and in shots, 13-7. Aware had some opportunities, especially later in the period, and they'll try and cash it in. The two teams did switch sides as we begin this period. As always, it'll be Aware moving from right to left as you watch it on your television screen, and SIAM Mandalay in the white and green, moving from left to right. Second game will come up after this one. That's going to be Lexicon Lumberjacks and KCG. It's SIAM Mandalay coming away with the puck. They did not win the face-off, but they got possession anyway. Here's Bonazzo, who does have some speed. One of the faster players on SIAM Mandalay team. He got a Stasny deflection, but a nice play from Speck, keeping
his deflection as a pass to no one.
Speck.
I think Harrison wiped out. I don't think that was. Oh no, they're calling that offside. I don't think they're calling a penalty.
That's correct. That was an offsides because he wiped out.
I think you're right. Exactly.
The puck got hung up just behind the blue line. What I started to say though on that last play was that puck was kept out of the net because the goalkeeper James Speck for Aware kept his blocker pad on the ice. He played a really strong opening period.
He's playing great. Both goalies are, but yeah, James is the one facing the most shots.
Forstner wins the draw for Aware, and they'll take possession here and look to start something. That puck, it's going to be a little forecheck opportunity for Thor. Three players not in the normal lineup today for Aware. Thor wearing 16, the Sherman brothers in 10 and 17. And 68, that's Ono Susutikul, the defenseman who went in and dug for it and held on to possession for Aware, but only for a moment now, taken away in the offensive zone. McConnell, one-timer, whiffed on it, got it back, whiffed on it again, and it's back to Aware, and springing a breakaway from Thor, but the puck is on edge and didn't quite make it to his stick. He still gets it. He's got Devin Michael open, one-timer, and that one off the shoulder pads and then off the top iron. There's another shot that didn't quite make it through. That was Susutikul, a defenseman who got that blast. Ono. And it's still Ono who has it. That's a wrist shot. He was looking for a Devin Michael deflection. Not sure whether he got it or not, but it wasn't enough to get it past the glove of the goalkeeper.
That was a real chance. That was a beauty pass by Tor, and Devin had a real opportunity. He wants that one back.
That was the best offensive possession of the game we've seen from Aware so far.
I think so.
For the goalkeeper Dream for SIAM Mandalay, he's now faced 8 official shots on net. He stopped all of them. Winning the draw cleanly is Aware. That shot again didn't quite get off, and that fooled everybody, including me.
I didn't think he had an angle for that shot,
what
but that almost went.
Beautiful turnaround wrist shot from Sherman. That was Josh Sherman, the forward. I believe they have playing center today. So 1-0 our score, SIAM Mandalay leading Aware. We are getting close, still a couple minutes away from the halfway mark in this hockey game. Still plenty left to come. There's Fowley stick handling. Fowley got it back and had an opportunity, but couldn't quite settle the puck down to tuck that one home. That's a nifty little piece of stick work from Eric Fowley as he was looking for his first goal of the year. And there's a steal. Taking it away is Ernesto Bauer. Nice to see him back on the ice, by the way.
Good to see him healthy and all right, shaking that last hit off. But he had a real chance. Dream is playing great.
From what we can tell up here, 3 guys we saw hit the ice in the first period. All of them seem to be okay.
Yeah, I think everyone's been is fine. Oh, nice pass.
Jeff Bonazzo's going to chase this one down and try and find a way to create a scoring opportunity 1-on-2. He does get one. I believe that was technically counted as being on net, but an easy stick save there from Speck. And now springing Harrison Oztamel back the other way. Oztamel, nice shot, but getting the glove up to make the save is Dream, and we'll get the whistle. Aware trailing 1-0. I'm not surprised that it was Oztamel who's going to try and put the team on his shoulders right now.
He's got to. They need a goal, and he's the captain.
Captain Oztamel, 5 goals on the season. Kelly Shim, the forward, 5 goals. Is he playing? I have not called his name so far.
He might not be here. Dan Sinagulia as well I haven't seen, so I don't think he's here. He was in Cambodia for a roller hockey tournament, I think.
Dan Sinagulia to the
SIAM Mandalay.
The roster that we have is registered as playing today. We're going to get a whistle and a penalty call coming up, by the way, and it's going to be a power play for Aware. Got a trip behind the net. I think Ralph Dittmer is the one who's going to go off. And we'll have Aware's first power play. We saw one for SIAM Mandalay, which they did everything but, it was Dittmer, everything but score for SIAM Mandalay. Now Aware will look to even it up here with their first man advantage.
It's a big opportunity. They really need one on this power play. They've got both Shermans out, Patrick, Gabe, and Tor. So they're putting out the heavy guns to try and score.
There's 5 guys on the ice for SIAM Mandalay. I'm not sure that they've quite figured out who's going to be. Andrew Ross got halfway in and got a nice advantage from the official saying, "Okay, wait, get off the ice. We're not going to whistle you for it." Face-off won by SIAM Mandalay, and that chews a little time off. 2.5-minute running clock for the power play, and it was Michael who carried it in at the line, but has it poke-checked away, and Tom Stasny back. Stasny snapshot.
Oh, what a shot.
Had a great opportunity for a shorty, but it's stopped and saved by Speck. And that, with the running clock, a defensive zone face-off for a penalty-killing team, how big is that?
It's good for Siam. They get a line change as well, get some fresh legs out there.
So Jeff Benazzo.
I'm surprised not to see one of Friesen or Stasny out there to kill off the penalty.
Well, Stasny was on the ice. It was him who had the opportunity with that shorthanded breakaway, and because of that, it actually chewed up about half a minute from this power play just waiting for the face-off.
That's the way to do it. Yeah, when you're shorthanded here, get as many whistles as you can.
90 seconds left on the power play, and Aware will try and get their offense started. They have not really been in an offensive set so far on this power play, but here's Forstner, 86, leading the charge. Forstner had Roscoe with him, calling for the puck, and Roscoe now has it. Back to Forstner, into the middle where it's deflected from Sherman, up and over the glass. And that'll give us a whistle and run some more clock off. We have about 60 seconds left in the Ralph Dittmer penalty. Still 1-0. SIAM Mandalay is leading Aware. I'll tell you about this in just a moment after the face-off. We do have something on the screen. I'll describe it to you momentarily. It was a little Ovechkin shot from Oztamel, that quick little snapper off the face-off win. The puck rolls back out to neutral ice. So now I'll tell you real quick on the right side of your screen. What you're watching is a promo for something that I've been working on for a few months now called OTR. We're really happy to be partnering with Thailand TV, and that's going to be something you'll be able to watch on your Thailand TV stream very soon. Your food, history, culture, content about Thailand. That's
that go in?
That's a goal.
Wow.
That was off the inside of the left pipe, the inside of the right pipe, and Poirier has a goal. That will count as a short-handed goal.
Was that Poirier or Friesen who shot that one?
I think that was Poirier.
Wow. James was not paying attention. I think he wants that one back. He didn't know the shot was coming.
I mean, I'm sitting here talking about OTR.
Yeah. Although I took a look at that promo. OTR looks really cool.
Yeah, thanks. Check it out. YouTube.com/OTR on the road, and then eventually here on Thailand TV.
Ooh. That's a heartbreaker, that goal.
Okay, it was Friesen who got credit. If I was listening for the announcer. So Poirier's celebration made me think that was him. Poirier gets the assist, Friesen the goal. For Mike Friesen, that's goal number 6 of the year, point number 15.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? He caught everyone, including the broadcasters, napping.
You're right. We're in the same position as James.
The difference in this game between a 1-0 score and a 2-0 score is absolutely enormous.
That's a big goal.
And
big
here's
turnaround.
Stasny. He's got Friesen, the goal scorer, with him. There's Benazzo, a shot. That one kicked aside. It is 2-0 SIAM Mandalay, 7.5 left, and they're buzzing again.
Yeah, that gave them some momentum. They were on the back foot, but they're pressing here, want another one.
That was a short-handed goal. We got a whistle.
Jeff went down behind the net.
I didn't see anyone with him.
He's grabbing his face like he got high-sticked or something, but I didn't see anything, or I didn't see what happened at all. It was behind the play.
We'll wait and see how they sort this one out. But let's go back to that.
I think he's
goal.
saying the goalie got him.
All right, let's watch for the call here. If so, it would be a SIAM Mandalay power play. We have not seen an
They're
indication
bringing
of
the
a
puck
call
outside
yet.
of the zone. I think they just blew it for an injury.
All right, so
No call.
all right, let's go back to that goal now, right? So it was a defensive zone face-off for Aware as they were on the power play,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
SIAM Mandalay won the draw. It came right back. I guess the draw was won by.
I think it was a bit of a defensive turnover because everyone was kind of flat-footed. They weren't expecting a shot or even a SIAM Mandalay to have possession. And Friesen just put it on net, and it just went in.
It was sort of, everybody kind of stopped. It was just sort of a scrum. The puck was loose. It ends up Poirier getting it at the, that would be an offside, so they'll have to wait for that to be played by Aware. Come back to the live action. I want to go back to that a little bit later, but for the moment now, Aware, you've got to be a little bit, I guess, more, you can't really let much more time go by without creating opportunities. It's a 2-0 deficit. SIAM Mandalay has, look, Aware has had some opportunities. They've played pretty well the end of the first period, the beginning of the second period, but SIAM Mandalay has played a whale of a hockey game.
They're playing great, but honestly, this is a very close game. And that one goal is a real backbreaker, especially on the power play. Aware, that was their chance to tie it up, and it was a swing the other way.
Thor lost it. McConnell has it. Either way, no matter what happened, Devin Michael, that's a beautiful
He went
snap
short
shot.
side, and Dream just got the blocker on it.
No matter what happened, and we don't have the benefit of replay, I do look forward to watching this later. These games, depending on where you're watching this, you can find us on YouTube. The games are all archived there. You can go back and watch that later. And I can promise you that tonight, in a commercial break of my Buffalo Bills playoff game starting at 1 a.m. here, I'm going to go back and watch that goal. I really want to see what happened because, again, I'm sitting here reading a promo card, watching the TV screen. It's a bunch of guys just kind of standing over the puck, and next thing you know, it's in the back of the net.
I don't think any of us saw that one coming.
All the credit in the world, though, to the captain for SIAM Mandalay, Mike Friesen. Forstner's a rocket shot gloved by Dream.
That's a big save by Dream. Came out, blocked the angle, saw it the whole way, and really gave him nowhere to shoot.
Didn't give up a rebound either.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a prediction that before this game is over, Patrick Forstner's getting a goal.
He's been buzzing. That was a nice chance, and he's had a couple nice shots here.
He's playing angry.
I think Aware needs that. They need to play a little angrier here.
We got a 2-on-1. There's Friesen and Stasny. Stasny has it, fakes the shot, now fires, hit the post.
He faked the pass across and then just let it rip, hit the post and out. But there's a little daylight there.
Tom Stasny, the Swiss forward, 6 goals, 5 assists on the season, and he's taking the face-off against Forstner, and it's tied up in the skates of the official. It ends up being won by Stasny. Friesen got a shot away, but it was turned aside by Speck, and now Aware will look to counterpunch. Bauer has it. He stays onside. He's got Ostemel with him, but he could not sneak that pass through, and it's going to be a counterpunch opportunity. Friesen ahead of everybody. Another 2-on-1 for SIAM Mandalay. Friesen, beautiful. Andrews, back of the net. 3-0.
Wow. You don't see Andy shoot much, but that's his second shot in this game. First goal.
The defenseman jumping in on the play. He saw an opportunity for an odd man rush. Friesen found him. It's 3-0 SIAM Mandalay, and Andrew Sia has his first goal of the season.
Yeah, they're finding their groove. I think last week's win was a big one for them, and they're hitting that momentum and carrying it into this game for sure.
3-0 SIAM Mandalay. 3.5 minutes left in the second period, and there's Thor for Aware. If you're Aware, look, anything can happen in hockey. We've seen some wild third periods, but you would really, really like to get one here before the end of the second.
Yeah. You need to get a little bit of the momentum back. Getting on the board here would be a big one for Aware.
There's Gabe Roscoe who took that pass away, and he'll bring it back. He's got Michael with him. Roscoe floats one high above Dream, and now Friesen. Man, if that pass had been just a little bit forward, had another breakaway opportunity. And as it was, he still had a chance, and Stasny trying to corral the pass, looking for a deflection, but he couldn't. He has it behind the cage. Tom Stasny hooking off. There's just a bounce in the step for SIAM Mandalay, especially playing now with a 3-goal lead. Rantanen returns the pass to Bonazzo, and Devin Michael will chase it down for Aware. It just looks like Aware is a little bit deflated right now.
A little bit, yeah. They need to be coming out stronger, not weaker. Oh, that's a bad
There's
turnover.
a takeaway. Dream didn't know what to do with it, and it's still loose in front, and somehow he will cover.
He bailed them
Dream,
out.
you could see him kind of hesitate. Do I go after it? Do I stay? And for Aware, I think the puck just never was able to be elevated enough to get over him.
Yeah, they caught him in dead man's land, but he just made himself big, and they hit him right in the head or in the chest.
Shots 21-16 in favor of SIAM Mandalay.
But right as we were saying, SIAM Mandalay looks a little deflated. They just gave the puck over.
16 shots and 16 saves faced by Dream, the goalkeeper for SIAM Mandalay. Here's Forstner hooking off. Forstner keeps the puck on a string. When I say Aware looks deflated, not him. Patrick Forstner.
Patrick's been playing hard all game.
He'll shoot one towards the net, just looking for some traffic. He had a screen, but the puck didn't get through, and now 3-on-3. Simpson had it, but couldn't quite bring it in for SIAM Mandalay. Final minute and 15 seconds here in the second period, and I'll tell you that when this period is over, it's going to be a local break for our station, so if you're board hopping or producing for us, wherever you may be, Ed McConnell had a chance for the slowest breakaway in human history. Didn't quite work out in his favor, and now it's Sherman who shot that one, hit the side of the post, the outside of the post.
It takes him a couple seconds to turn on the afterburners, but then he hits top speed.
Hey, I mean, look, I can relate to that. Let's blame the ice.
Let's blame the ice.
It's a choppy ice today. So, final 30 seconds. Oztamel has it. He's got some wide open ice.
He missed.
And he whiffed on the shot, then very nearly lost his footing, and he slams the stick into the ice. He is a little bit frustrated, as you can understand. CJ Gamble looking to...
He is, but it's not. He doesn't play his best hockey when he's angry. He plays his best when he's in a good mood and in the zone. So he needs to regroup, get the team on focused, and come out hard in the third.
Devin Michael by himself. Michael with an open net, and what a beautiful defensive play.
That was Andrew Ross
from
with
Andrew
the defensive
Ross.
play. Wow, he saved one there.
Now Bonazzo, we've got 4 seconds, now 3, now 2. Can he get a shot off? He cannot. The period is over. 3-0, SIAM Mandalay, our score. And we'll come back with the third period after this from Thailand International Ice Hockey Arena. This is Hockey Night in Thailand.
Let's go.
Back for the third period, and for SIAM Mandalay, you're in theory 17 minutes away from a 2-game winning streak.
It's big for them, but Aware had some real chances at the end of that third to come back in this one. Open net, turnovers, some big defensive plays, and Dream has been fantastic.
Look, sometimes it's just your day. Teams switch sides again as we begin the third period, and Tom Stasny looking for a centering pass, but nobody home. It's 3-0 SIAM Mandalay, our score. They lead in goals and in shots, but it's been, as Jesse Starasta just told you, tightened up considerably at the end of that second period. Now just 21-19, the shot margin. Here's Stasny. He's got Friesen and Bonazzo with him. Beautiful pass. He managed to get the tape of Jeff Bonazzo, but he couldn't get a shot away.
Yeah, ideally you want to see it the other way, Jeff to Stasny. Oh, that's a nice pass as well.
Was that Jeff to Stasny?
That was Friesen to Stasny.
That was Friesen
But
to
that was
Stasny.
Jeff to Friesen to Stasny for the goal. That was a beauty.
Tom Stasny. That's his 7th goal of the season. And oh my goodness, it does not get much prettier than that.
No, that was nice.
That is tic-tac-toe. Stack that top line, put those guys out there together, and watch what happens.
And that's timely as well. Ware, came into the third with a bit of momentum at the end, but gave it right back up.
So that makes it 4-0. And let's get you reset here. So both teams came into the game 2-5-0. SIAM Mandalay, coming off of a big win last week, was looking for 2 in a row. Here's Bauer. Bauer looking for a shot there on the nice pass to Oztamel, but it was deflected away. So both teams 2-5-0, but SIAM Mandalay, with this last 15 minutes, if they hang on for the win here, it'll be a 2-game winning streak. They'll have their 3rd win of the season, and they, more than that, played a pretty complete hockey game so far.
I think so. And I think they'll take 3rd place, right? Ware will drop into last.
That would be correct. But over yet. However, I will tell you, Oztamel has it. Oztamel,
Oh, there's a goal.
he goes 5-hole. He beats Dream. Shutout over. Ware on the board. And you know what? Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
No, this
one's
game's not
certainly
over.
not over yet.
Harrison didn't fan on that one. He got all of that put at home.
6th goal of the year for the American-born captain of Team Aware, Harrison Oztamel. For Dream, statistically speaking, I mean, he'll hate losing the shutout, but 20 saves on 21 shots faced.
He's having a great game. James, too, I thought has played really well other than that one goal.
Especially in the first period, he was standing on his head to keep this, for a long time, a scoreless game.
Yeah.
Mike Friesen stick handling in. And what did you just
Still
say
loose,
about
still loose.
Said how well Speck played.
That was a big save by him.
He went down to the butterfly to keep that one out. 4-1 our score. SIAM Mandalay leading. It is SIAM Mandalay in the white jerseys, trimmed in green and black. Aware in the red. Stasny, the recent goal scorer, holds the line and just taps it out to the right side to he also has a goal to his credit today. His centering pass goes to no one, and Devin Michael just didn't see that one. Look, you don't ever want to...
Oh, that's a bad.
Well, it was a
That's
mistake
almost a
from
give
Dream.
over.
Wow.
Almost scored in his own net.
Oh, that was... we can laugh about it because it didn't go in. Here's Rantanen for SIAM Mandalay. Overlaps with Stasny. Tom Stasny, he just always plays hard. Even in a 4-1 game late in this one, Stasny's just racing around, getting to the loose pucks. I was starting to say, look, again, I don't want to criticize anybody. I don't know who's playing with injuries, but that's twice in the game now that Devin Michael's been. There's Michael, who had that on his stick and nearly scored. Devin Michael twice has had a wide open hockey rink in front of him, nobody within about 10 meters, and just kind of slowly chased down the puck and gave the defense a chance to collapse on him and lost a breakaway opportunity.
Yeah, they're looking... Oh, that might be a high stick. They're looking for the game to come to them instead of taking it to the game. So they need to turn it on, turn up the intensity if they want to win this one.
Or at least match the intensity of 86, who's got the puck now, Patrick Forstner.
Yeah, he's showing by example.
Forstner with Poirier defending. Ends up losing it back out to neutral ice, where Forstner will corral for Aware. Final 12 minutes, running clock here. 4-1 our score, and Oztamel, the captain for Aware, who has the game's only goal from their side. Man, how did that stay out? And
This
Dream
defense
will
is
cover.
really helping out Dream. That's twice where there's an open net and the defender just last second poke checks it away. Saves a goal.
It's also a game where if you're Aware, you would look at this and say, man, on one hand, we let this one get away. On the other hand, you know what? Just forget about this one. You got no breaks, right? Sometimes the puck luck just doesn't go your way.
But again, if they put that little extra bit in, maybe those goals go in.
11 and a half left to play, and if you're SIAM Mandalay, you can likely put this one away with one more goal. If you're Aware and you score, you make it a very interesting last few minutes of
There's
this
enough
one.
time to come back still. This
That's
game's
no
not
question.
over.
What did I say about Stasny still playing with a bounce in his step? He races past 2 aware defenders to be the first one to that puck and creates an offensive zone opportunity for SIAM Mandalay. Some forechecking for Tom Stasny, and let's see if he can. I mean, he has rewarded his team just by keeping the puck. That was a. Stasny rips that one off the side of the netting.
Still loose here.
Goalie speck down and out, but puck back
Friesen
out.
set up Stasny with a wide open
Here's
net.
Sherman chasing it down. Sherman in alone. Sherman, what a move!
Wow.
And a goal for Aware, and they're back within 2. That's Josh Sherman. Down from Chiang Mai, you said, yeah?
Down from Chiang Mai. That's a big swing, right? Open net on one side leads to a breakaway and a goal on the other. 4-2. They're back.
Not only 4-2, but Aware has now outshot SIAM Mandalay in the game. In fact, on the scoreboard, I think, and I could be wrong, I'm probably wrong, I'm usually wrong, but I don't know that SIAM Mandalay has officially registered a shot on net in this period.
Oh, I'm not sure. Well, they scored a goal, didn't they?
SIAM Mandalay, was that 4th goal here in the 3rd?
I think
or
it was
that
to
in
start
second?
the 3rd. But other than that, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they scored a goal. They got a shot. What did I say? Look, I'm usually wrong. You can just watch the pictures on the screen. You can tune out the announcer. It's 9:50 left to play and a 4-2 game. Aware with the offensive zone draw, trailing by 2 goals, and they did win the faceoff, but it is not able to be held in. Comes back out to neutral ice. Sorry, I'm stepping on your headphone cable again. Gabe Roscoe, 55, leading the way for Aware. They're trying to move fast, 2-goal deficit. Devin Michael was standing, waiting for that puck to reach him, but a nice defensive play from Poirier. You got a stick out there to deflect that one away.
Oh,
that's going to be a
gonna
penalty.
get called.
That's going to be a cross check, and that will send off CJ Gamble, which means Aware. Now, Aware, this is their second power play opportunity. Their first one was catastrophic.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well.
No
but
shots, shorthanded goal allowed.
let's hope they can put it together on this one. But if they do, they're right back in this game. There's plenty of time.
It's a shame you won't be able to see the end of it from up here.
I'll try and get dressed quick and catch the end from the right down on ice level.
Josh Sherman, who just scored the goal, now has the most important face-off of the game so far for Aware, and he does win it, and his brother will collect, and it stays possession. That pass was a little bit too strong, which gives Stasny a chance to spring a breakaway for Friesen, but the puck was over his stick. That was very nearly a possible second shorthanded goal for SIAM Mandalay.
Almost sprung on the break.
Here's Sherman, 10. Also Sherman, 17 out there, and he was raised waiting for a one-timer in front of the net. Could not find him. Friesen back trying to choose some clock. 2 minutes left in the power play. SIAM Mandalay shorthanded, but they're doing everything they can to just play keep away here. Ross sets a little bit of a pick for Friesen and then collects the puck. SIAM Mandalay just trying to run clock. They've now had about 30 seconds of possession.
No.
There's a steal. Here's Sherman. Sherman one-on-one. That puck
Post.
stopped. It got the shoulder pad of Dream, hit the post, bounced out, and he gets it on his stick again, but could not collect. And that may have taken a little bit of a funky bounce here on the choppy ice. We have a whistle. I think the goal might be dislodged.
I'm not sure what's going on. Ref's talking to one of the Sherman brothers, but I don't know what the whistle
Looks
is about.
from here like it popped out,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah,
that is
you're right.
that is what it was.
They're pressing. This is a better power play so far.
This is a really
Although they haven't registered a shot because they keep hitting the post.
well, and that speaking of the goalpost coming off is a huge disadvantage to Team Aware because that runs off about 30 seconds of power play
they've lost
time.
a lot of time on that.
They do win the face-off, but it was a neutral zone draw. And now the puck will enter onto the stick of Michael. Devin Michael finds Sherman. Sherman tees one up. That
Nice save by
one did get
Dream.
the deflection from Thor, but kicked foot of the goalkeeper and floated back down. Only half a minute left in the Aware power play. Slightly better than their first one, but I think if you're Aware and Captain Harrison Ostamel, you know what you're working on between this game and the next one. Forstner by
Ooh.
himself rips one.
I don't think Dream saw it. He just went down and hit him, but Patrick had a real chance.
So
He's been looking for it all night. He's flying out there.
I think Aware, they've had some bad luck in the game today, but they are probably going to be pretty unhappy with the power plays in this game. Gave up a shorthanded goal, almost gave up a second opportunity on a breakaway on this one.
That's true.
And that's it. The power play's over. It is still held in by Thor and then stolen away.
Right.
Jeff
I'm going to have
Benazzo,
to duck out at
you
this
gotta
point.
go. Hey, good luck today.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the game here.
Second game coming up next, and now I am by myself for the last 5 minutes. I apologize to everybody who has to listen to that. What you can listen to is me tell you that. You can. Well, all right. I'm being told that we're not ready for the promotion about the Thailand Hockey League merchandise. So we'll get to that in just a minute. Remind me, to those of you listening, just don't let me forget. Down to the game's last 5 minutes and 20 seconds. It's a 4-2 score. SIAM Mandalay leading Aware. Aware trying to get that last one here to make it a one-goal game, and of course anything can happen.